let's do this. Where do I want to go about this? Okay, this is gonna be a relatively early stream today. Fridays are generally pretty simple. I have a lot of time on my hands, so I'll try to do 2 streams of this tonight. And on top of the sprite animation stuff. So we're just gonna carry on where we left off yesterday, so let's cook. Also, this stage is toxic. There's been plenty of crazy shit that's happened in this stage when I used to play Melty Blood, but oh well. We won't yap on that. So where did we leave off yesterday? I think we did. All right. So section 3 was Nanaya's role as an identity. Explain how his role in the series differs from Tohno. For most people, violence is something that separates them from their identity. But for Nanaya, violence is the function that his identity was built upon. So killing was not only an action he performs; it was the role he was destined to fulfill. Which is a hot. So the difference between him and other characters is that his nature became his only language, sort of. Again, he isn't frightening because he kills. Many characters kill. He's frightening because he's good at it. Okay. His greatest strength is tragic because his confidence, skill, and instinct are proof of the identity that was forced upon him. Okay, so I think that's fine. So if we want to be cute about this, we can do a little subsection that shows the contrast between himself and Tohno. Oh yeah, that's what we'll do. But anyways, as I mentioned, generally on the weekends I have a lot of time, depending if something apocalyptic happens. So I'll do 1 stream now. Later I have to do sprite animation stuff. If nothing happens later, I'll come back to this again and I'll do another sprite animation stream. But Fridays are kind of weird because I have to do Kamen Rider with my old tournament buddies. We do like a watch. But if everything goes according to plan, I should be able to do at least 2 streams of this tonight. Okay, so let's focus on this now. So we want to do a little subsection on Tohno. So we'll just call this Tohno for now. I'll come up with a name for this later. Come up with a name later. Okay. What do I want to do here? Oh. Tohno represents another possibility. Because that night, it pretty much changed. It changed Kid Shiki Nanaya's destiny, pretty much. Massacre doesn't happen. He grows up, I won't say normal, but he grows up under the clan. Massacre happens, the clan gets destroyed, and Aki's dad adopts him because he's an ass. Then other stuff happens. So Tohno represents another possibility. Represents the other possibility. Tohno represents the other possibility. Someone who carries his circumstances but develops them through experiences. Through his experiences and relationships. Besides him being a womanizer, Tohno's friends with everybody. Also, don't mind me, I'm gonna get piss drunk wasted, so it's the weekend, so don't mind me. Cherish your liver, everybody. Don't drink unless you're old, or just don't drink unless you're old or of age. Can never go wrong with Smirnoff. Alright. Tohno represents the other possibility. Someone who carries his circumstances but develops them through his experiences and relationships. Okay. What more can we do here? Might as well give examples. So through Akiha, CL. Part of me wanted to write Sachin, but I wasn't going to do it. Jesus Christ, Satsuki, Art. We'll just do. I mean, I might put Shion there too, I guess. Etc. He gains experiences. He gains experiences that he gains experiences. He gains experiences that reshape. He gains experiences that reshape how he sees himself. How he sees himself. Case in point. Wounded him. And the encounter with Parkway, etc. Those are pretty significant moments because, as we already know, actual Shiki mortally wounded him with the cool chest scar. We're gonna put Miyako. I'm not gonna put Miyako. Okay. Ruakia, Ciel, Satsuki, Parkway, Maids, and Shion, etc. He gains experiences that reshapes how he sees himself. Case in point being how his relationship with Pakia developed after Shiki wounded him in the encounter with Arquade. You can go deeper with this. Let's do this. His identity. Grows because he's allowed to question himself. His identity grows because he's allowed to question himself. Make choices. Quite literally, play the visual novel. Play Tsukihime, you can make your choices. Make choices. It becomes something. Fuck. I gotta word this a specific way. Because again, massacre never happens. He grows up. The Nanya clan doesn't get destroyed. He grows up under the Nanya clan with his. But massacre happens. That Nanya clan gets destroyed. Aki's dad adopts him because he's an ass. The Shiki situation happens. He goes to live with the Arimas for a long time. Aki's dad dies. Aki takes over. Aki brings him back. So he's allowed to question himself, make choices, and become something beyond his original circumstances. Yeah, there you go. Time is it? But I'm also not gonna be streaming. I'm not gonna be doing very, very long streams because it's hot as hell in here right now. The AC is kind of busted. I'll deal with that later. But I do have to go grab chow in a little bit because our DVAC opens up at like 5 o'clock and it's about to be like 4 something. So, but as mentioned, I'll do this. I'll come back. I'll do. I have to do my sprite animation stuff. I'll do that. I'll do my Kamen Rider watch through with my boys. Later on tonight, I'll come back and I'll do this again, and I'll do another follow-up sprite animation stream. Then tomorrow, Saturday and Sunday, I should have a lot of time on my hands. I don't really do anything on the weekends. And Monday will be good as normal. Tuesday, no, because Tuesday I have to do a 24-hour shift at the desk. Then I'll have Wednesday off. So every day you're gonna get a stream of this, unless something crazy happens. So just bear with me. Of course, if anybody has any suggestions, just let me know. I do have to redo my old videos that I wasn't able to do the voiceover, my own personal voiceover with I was injured at the time. I wasn't able to speak properly. So I'll have to do that. The next video will probably be the MASH one I gotta redo, but we'll see. So anyways, back to this. His identity grows because he's allowed to question himself, make choices, and become something beyond his original circumstances. His identity grows because he's allowed to question himself, make choices, and become something beyond his original circumstances. So, what do I take here? Hot take. The difference between Tohno and Nanaya, in my opinion. The difference between Tohno and Nanaya, in my opinion. The difference between Tohno and Nanaya, in my opinion, is that Tohno because Nanaya is the repressed self. He will show up quite literally when Tohno is gonna die, because if Tohno dies, he dies. But the Tohno can ask himself, who do I want to become? Nanaya can't do that because he's the dormant persona. Oh, that's gonna be a take. That's gonna be a take. It's like Tohno is that Tohno can ask himself, who do I want to become? While Nanaya wasn't never given that opportunity. Given the opportunity to ask that question at all, because he's the dormant persona. Is this not so plain? Yes, it is. I've been hearing Fateful Showdown for the past probably nearly 2 decades. I don't need to hear it again. Like, God, I remember, I'll yap for like a minute, when PS2 actually wasn't getting released and Archetype Earth was still not technically a playable character, and you had to fight her Eclipse mode. I'm like, bro, what is this? What is this character? And then later on in life, I come to find out that it's literally she has Arcwade's body, even though she has a massive dress. The dress isn't part of her hurt box. Like, what the hell is wrong with you guys? Why did y'all design her like this? Okay, hot take. The difference between them, in my opinion, is that Tohno can ask himself, who do I want to become? While Nanaya was never given the opportunity to ask the question. Okay, I think that's good. We did a little tie-in with Tohno, which I don't know what I'm gonna call this section yet, but I'll figure it out later. Alright. So we did Nanaya's role, we did the Tohno aspect of it. A good transition will be doing Tatsuri Nanaya, I guess. Remember, well, I probably should do this real quick. Sorry, bear with me for a second, because people always forget this for some weird reason. Nanaya is dormant within Tohno's mind. He's the dormant persona. He will show up whenever either Tohno's life is in danger, because if Tohno dies, he dies. Makes sense, right? For example, being during the Nero fight, when Tohno was quite literally about to lose the fight, Nanaya took over and killed Nero, all those beasts. The alleyway, he's the one who cut Arcade into 17 pieces. So Nanaya can just take over, like whatever. But Tatsuri Nanaya is a different being in a sense because he's a manifestation based off of a rumor that Tatsuri can manifest. So even though you have a rumor of a killer going around killing people at night, Tatsuri will fulfill that rumor and manifest Nanaya or somebody else. It's going to be Nanaya. So if that Nanaya dies, if Tatsuri Nanaya dies, that doesn't mean the dormant persona Nanaya inside Tohno is going to die at all. They're two separate beings. Tatsuri just manifests the rumor. It doesn't affect the actual persona. There we go. I know it's really, really hard at times for people to remember that. It's like how V Shion is just Shion that's... Well, V Shion's funny because V Shion is what happens when Shion doesn't loses control of her impulses. Or Tatsuri can make a manifestation of that. V Akia is the same thing. That's Akia using her powers at full capacity, etc. The entire right side of Actress again is them using the majority of them using their powers to their extent, or them being Tatsuri rumor. Maybe not Koma, but I'm not getting on. Yeah, gotta love the series. All right, so we'll do another section on Tatsuri Nanaya. I'm not gonna LARP on that forever though. What time is it? Okay, we'll do another we'll start this, then we'll take a break. So section 5. Section 5, Tatsuri Nanaya. I think this song's actually about to end, so let me actually switch. Yeah. Do I want to hear classic? If I remember correctly, Karano Kyokai, the Black Sage, that'd be some high level copyright. I don't want to take that risk. I really don't. Fuck it. We go back to roller stage in Lumina. I'll actually bump to that. I'm just gonna regurgitate what we just talked about a few minutes ago. Easy enough. He's a separate... Because he should be considered a separate entity from the one that's inside Tohno right now. No. Well, I'm just regurgitate what we just talked about a few minutes ago. Important distinction. Important distinction. It's a manifestation. And I cannot spell what I'm streaming. Tatari. It should not. It should not be seen. It should not represent. It should not represent. It should not represent the literal replacement of Tohno's identity. Okay. According to Station, Tatsuri Nanaya's manifestation created through Tatsuri should not represent the literal replacement of Tohno's identity. Again. Tatsuri, you're so funny. I'm happy I released that Tatsuri video like last December. What more do we want to do? We can do more. We can do more. But I'm just running out of time. All right. We can do so much more here. If I want to be cute here. Be cute here. So Tatsuri Nanaya. So Tatsuri Nanaya. So Tatsuri Nanaya, in a way, reinforces the idea that Nanya is not only a personality. Nanya is not only a person, He's not only a person, but can be seen as a possibility. Which is totally Nasuverse shenanigans right there. Alright. We should tie that in. So, this fits in a sense. Man, I cannot talk right now. In a sense, this fits peak Nasuverse shenanigans. Nanya can exist independently. We can word this. In a sense, this speaks peak Nasuverse shenanigans. Nanya can exist independently. Wait. Since Nanya can exist independently, it shows how powerful identity is. How powerful the concept of identity is in the Nisu's universe. Okay, there we go. So since Nanya can exist independently, it shows how powerful could be in this verse. Alright, we cooked. Alright, so Tatsuri Nanaya creates an interesting scenario because he exists separately from the Nanya that is dormant within Tohno. Important distinction. Tatsuri Nanaya is a manifestation created through Tatsuri. It should not represent the literal replacement of Tohno's identity. If there's a rumor of a killer killing people at night, Tatsuri would probably manifest Nanya or someone similar to fit the rumor requirements. I can be cute here. So Tatsuri Nanya in a way reinforces the idea that Nanya is not only a person but a possibility. In a sense, this fits peak Nasuverse shenanigans. Since Nanya can exist independently, it should show. It shows. Whoa, what the fuck? It shows how powerful the concept of identity can be in this verse. Okay, don't forget. Notes. If I gotta repeat this again. Dissipates. So no, if Toshiro Nanaya dies or Natalachi dissipates, it's fine. There we go. Perfect. All right, we cooked. So as I mentioned earlier, Fridays are generally free. Besides me doing Kamen Rider with my buddies later. So if all goes according to plan, we did this one. I gotta do my sprite animation stuff later. Do Kamen Rider with the buddies. Later on tonight, I should be able to do another one of these streams. Then I have to do another sprite animation stream. So bear with me. We're gonna keep on cooking. Besides that, enjoy the VOD, everybody. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye bye.